请出的 speaker 呢是陈涛先生。陈涛是 Paragon Genomics 创始人，本科毕业于北京大学化学系，硕士就读于美国北德州大学有机化学系，随后又在哈佛大学获得 MBA 的学位。在创立Paragon Genomics 之前呢，他在 Life Technology 及 Thermo Fisher Scientific 等生物科技公司负责咨询和产品等工作。他要跟我们演讲的这个主题呢是基因测序和精准医疗。有请陈涛。
大家好，是来把我的这个 deck 要不给大家看一下。
你现在可以，你现在是 co-host， 可以 share 你的 screen。
share 一下我们的 screen。我都不知道是需要做这个 presentation 的，刚刚才知道。然后要不我就讲一下我们公司的一些在这个领域精准医疗领域做的一些事情吧。这也是我们在这个是2015年创立公司以来我们的一个重心所在，就是为精准医疗这个领域提供最好的技术跟工具我们 Paragon Genomics 的，大家能看到我的那个 slides 吗？能看到是吧？
看得到，但是在那个右边的时候有一条黑杠挡住了一块。
我看一下
有两条黑色的这个色块啊。好，现在好了。
现在好了是吧？好。对，我们今天主题就是讲一下这个需要用英文吗？还是中文？
Yes, whatever language you feel comfortable, that's fine.
Yeah, sure. So my topic today is democratizing target sequencing and precision medicine. My name is Tao Chen. I'm the co-founder and the CEO of Paragon Genomics. So first, I want to introduce Paragon Genomics. So we are founded in 2015, headquartered in Hayward, California, in the United States. Our mission is to enable worldwide access to easy to use and high quality target sequencing for precision medicine. We got seed round 1 million in 2015 and also Series A 7.3 million in mid 2017. We entered the market around 2017. Currently, we have 21 full-time employees, including 5 PhDs. So since we launched the product in 2017, so our product has been used in many different areas, such as cancer testing, non-invasive prenatal testing, infectious disease testing, and also single-cell target sequencing. We have over 300 customized NGS assay delivered to our customers. Globally, we have more than 170 customers, including clinical testing lab, medical centers, biopharma companies. Some of the notable ones include Mayo Clinic, Sophia Genetics, Stanford, and the Broad Institute, and so on. So you might ask why target sequencing versus whole genome sequencing. So here I want to kind of quickly introduce what's target sequencing and what's whole genome sequencing. Target sequencing basically is sequencing of a specific or relevant subset of any whole genome. For example, human genome. People might just want to sequence some of the genes related to cancer. Whole genome sequencing basically is sequencing of an entire genome. So in terms of application, target sequencing is very broad, including clinical testing, translational research, and also many industrial applications such as molecular breeding, forensics, and also food safety testing. For whole genome sequencing, it's mainly used in basic research or rare disease screening. In terms of economy, target sequencing has a much lower cost. Sometimes from say $20 to $100. For larger panels, might be a few $100. But for whole genome sequencing, usually it's more costly. Usually on the realms of thousands of dollars. So also target sequencing, because you are sequencing only the specific area of a genome. So the data interpretation part is quite straightforward. For whole genome sequencing, usually because you have a large amount of data, so the analysis and the interpretation are quite complicated. So from an industry competition perspective, target sequencing requires highly specialized target enrichment technologies. So the barrier entry is quite high. For whole genome sequencing, it requires only whole genome library prep with low entry barrier. And also it's quite a crowded space. There's a lot of whole genomes library prep products and technologies out there. So here is a quick kind of overview of target sequencing workflow. So the upfront part, target enrichment, that's our focus. So essentially, the starting material can be DNA or RNA. Through the process called the target enrichment, you can enrich the genes you are interested in, and then prepare them into a format that's compatible with downstream sequencers. Once you have the target enriched NGS libraries, you can sequence the DNA. So our technology called the CleanPlex is a patented and ultra-sensitive and also highly scalable multiplex PCR-based target sequencing solution. As you can see in the middle, that's our three-step workflow. The starting material can be genomic DNA, FFPE DNA, or even cell-free DNA for liquid biopsy. And our technology is so sensitive, it's also compatible with single cells. The first step is basically doing a multiplex PCR. You have multiple primer pairs to target or amplify multiple regions of the genome. The second step is background cleaning. Basically, our proprietary technology, CleanPlex background cleaning, can remove most of the non-specific PCR products generated in the first step. After second step, you do the second second PCR. We call it the indexing PCR to add the sample barcode, so that you can pull multiple samples onto the same flow cell. So some of the key features is for our technology is 3.5 hour turnaround time compared to some of the hybrid capture based technology, which usually requires 5 to 9 hours, sometimes even overnight in 1 to 2 days. So our technology is supported by a novel enzyme facilitated PCR background cleaning technology that can significantly reduce PCR noise. So we also have a proprietary cloud-based algorithm that can enable rapid customer panel design for almost every application you can imagine. Our technology is also highly differentiated from competitive technologies such as the ones from Thermo Fisher or in UltraDX. For example, our technology is quite sensitive. We can deal with single cell. We can also deal with very low sample input, and also our amplification uniformity is quite high. So the cost is usually low. So I probably want to bore you with all the data here. This is some evidence that show that our technology has superior performance against the competitors. So I'll just jump directly into the application. So as I mentioned, our technology can be applied to cancer therapy selection and monitoring, which is a very big market. This is directly related to precision medicine because, as you might know, so for every different cancer patients, they might have a very unique molecular profiles in terms of genetic mutation. With our technology, we can sequence those mutations and also help the oncologists and or clinicians to prescribe the right cancer drugs to the patient. Of course, our technology can also be applied to other areas such as infectious disease testing, reproductive health, applied markets, and also drug discovery. I just want to mention for the infectious disease space, we actually have done quite a lot of work since the beginning of last year. When the COVID-19 hit the United States, we quickly developed a COVID-19 whole genome sequencing panel called the CleanPlex SARS-CoV-2 panel for surveillance and the research purpose. Since then, that panel has been adopted by more than 150 labs globally in the public health and surveillance research space. So we are continuing to innovate to come up with more panels in the COVID-19 area. we will expect to see more adoption of our technology in the infectious disease space. So our business model is also a little bit different from some of the traditional central labs. As you might know, companies like Invitae in the Foundation Medicine, LabCorp Quest, they are in a centralized lab. Hospitals usually send the samples to them, but the labs usually control the data. The turnaround time is also quite long. Tests could be very expensive. Usually there's no or limited customization. For us, we are adopting a decentralized kit model. We basically prepare the kits, prepare the product and sell to the NGS labs. Our lab clients, they control the data, and also the turnaround time usually is fast. The cost will be lower since they they can control their own library kits and also sequencing and also analysis cost. For us, we are very unique because we can provide a fully customized solution to our customer, depending on their application and needs. We also have some very notable customers, like the ones from Children's Hospital, Los Angeles, Mayo Clinic, UCSF, NIH, and the Broad Institute. So we have a very strong leadership team with global experience. So most of them are PhDs, worked in big companies like Thermo Fisher, Life Technologies, Novartis in the past. I think that's my presentation. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Any question?
陈涛博士你好，听得见吗？
听得见。我不是博士，那个这个陈涛就可以，没关系。
你好，我有一个小的问题，就是对于您的这款产品靶向测序，你们在测的过程中有没有加那种分子标签，就是UMI 这个？
这个问题非常好，听见你应该是一个专家。我们的确有一款这个技术叫做 CleanPlex UMI，就是而且是非常独特的，用多重 PCR 的方式给分子加标签。对，我们的确是有的。对，
是用的多重 PCR 的。对于靶向测序的话，就是更大的这种 panel 的话是，现在没有考虑是吗？
大的 panel， 我们现在这个CleanPlex UMI 技术的话，可以用在几个基因到几十个基因的这个 panel。对，上百个基因的 panel 的话，我们还没有测试过。对，
好的，谢谢。
没问题。